Now from the birthplace of the game itself, EA Sports so proud to join you from the Hall of Fame city of Canton, Ohio. Here's the Australian-born punter Mitch Wishnowsky to get things going. And we are underway from Canton. And they will wrangle it down a couple yards shy of the 30. Now they'll run. It's Ken Walker.
Trying to find a lane, but instead he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
Call it no gain on the game's first play. And it's second down now. The CD, this offense at 11-0 now on the year. A few weeks ago, I remember asking you what kind of percentage chance that you thought they had at staying unbeaten the entire season. I think you said 25%. I'd imagine that number probably grown since then.
I would agree with you, and I'm going to actually bump it up to closer to 50%. Only because they still have some tough games to come. And keeping that focus throughout the entire season, that's been a really difficult thing to pull off. But so far, they've done it, and they've done it well.
Yeah, Richardson back to throw it. Open man, that's Noah Fant, the tight end. And he takes us up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Call it a gain of 10, and they pick up the first.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
That's caught. It's Xavier Worthy.
And he goes out of bounds, it looks like right at the 50. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left.
They'll toss this out right to Walker.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line.
It'll go as a loss of a yard, and it'll set up third down. You look at this Niner defense.
They were very good a week ago in the win over Minnesota.
And they needed to be, because that game was a game you don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and they got it done. You absolutely have to have this early on, right? Third and short, they elect to throw for it, and that's normal NFL football. They're going to throw on third and short, but you've got to hit it, don't you?
Yeah, in the first quarter, like you said, to set the tone, can't connect there. Richardson on fourth down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And able to pick up the first across midfield to the 47.
A big roll of the dice on 4th and 1, but it pays off. They convert. This, the second meeting of these two teams. You might recall they met back in Week 5, and it was the visitors getting the win there, so they'll be looking for the sweep back here at home. Now to the ground, here's Walker. And a strong run there as he'll take this all the way down to the 35. That's complete. Left side to Worthy.
Touchdown!
And Xavier Worthy with touchdown number 8 on the air. And the Sentinels put the Knights' first points on the board as they take the early lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now a 7-0 game.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Pressure comes, and down he goes. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up second.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Now, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in, okay, in case they can't run the play they want to. It's long distance now. Let's go to that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
They're bringing a lot of pressure here already in the first quarter. Already sacked him once. Now they get in there and knock another one away. I think maybe that Tucker rule being gone makes defenses a lot bolder.
Yes, indeed. That time, lucky that the arm was going forward, incomplete pass.
A good kick that time, but also a pretty good 15-yard return. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're #1 in their conference.
Back to Walker on 1st down.
And they're going to stop him right at the line of scrimmage. Just no cutback lane to be found whatsoever. 2nd and 10.
You look at this Niner defense.
They're trying to cover up some holes in the secondary. Right now, bottom 5 in the league against the pass at number 28.
They spent the week at practice, and we know our rating's not that great. And we know we're facing the #1 passing team in the league. But there are some things that we can do to give ourselves a chance in this game.
Now Richardson.
And a quick throw here, that's complete. They'll get 9 there as that sets them up better for 3rd down.
This defense for the Niners, they were very good a week ago in that win over Minnesota.
And they needed to be because the game was a game we don't see very often anymore. Low scoring, slugging it out in the trenches. One play can make the difference type of a game, and each play took on more importance, and they got it done.
And he will have a 1st down here before he gets banged down to the turf pretty hard.
Well, they're making an effort to get the ground game going tonight. So far, it's working.
I like what we're seeing from the offensive line. They seem to have the leverage going, and they're controlling things and reestablishing the line of scrimmage, moving that defensive front backwards, but also like what the runner's giving us, too. It appears that he's been waiting all day long to get out here and take off.
And they will eventually get him down, but he's inside the 5 all the way to the 3. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
It's all pretty simple sometimes, isn't it? Go where the defenders are not, and he does exactly that. Makes a nice catch to move the chains. Defense, got to find a better way of accounting for the shorter routes that are being run against them.
Walker.
And they'll get him down just shy of the goal line at about the 1. 2nd and goal from the 1.
Again, Walker.
And this time he is in.
Kenneth Walker with his 13th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Sentinels lead this now 13-0 here in the opening quarter of the ball game.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that'll make the score 14-0. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 33-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Yeah, Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. Now 2nd and 5. McCaffrey running up the middle. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. Call that a loss of a yard, and things get a little more difficult here, 3rd and 5.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he can't escape, and down he goes. He could not get away that time, and it'll be a loss of 11 on 3rd down.
So on 4th down, here's the Australian native Mitch Wishnowsky to punt this one away. A chance for Waddle on the return. And he'll take a shot at the end of that one, and they'll begin right there.
At their own 36-yard line.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. So for this offense, Charles, remember drive 1 made it to the end zone. Drive 2 resulted in a touchdown as well. Now they'll try to make it 3 for 3.
Yeah, and you know, they told us all week that this was the plan and this is what they wanted to execute, but did they really believe it would happen this well, this efficiently? I know they'll take it, and afterwards they'll say, there was never a doubt in our minds we were going to be successful in this one.
Another catch there for Waddle. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. 19 yards the pickup there. Move the chains. So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. To the right side, this is Walker. And he is going to lose yardage here. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down.
And that's what I'd like to see out of this defense, a little fire, a little toughness. It hasn't been the best first half for them, but they did do a nice job there, forcing a loss on that play.
They'll have to deal with a 2nd and 14 now after the loss. Richardson looking to throw this. This is Fant on the short completion. That'll give him 8 that time. 3rd and 7 now.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion that would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication, and as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
A good gain of 14 there, and it moves the chains.
Well, things are definitely going right for them here in the first half. Pick it down, any down, even 3rd down, no problem. They get a connection there and pick up a fresh set of downs, continuing to move the ball.
And just no chance of turning the corner. He can only get back to the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 10 coming up. A nice play design there with the touch pass. Looked good at the start, but bottom line, the defense was ready.
And they did a nice job scouting, didn't they? Not just scouting, but now executing once they saw the play for real after having worked on it all week in practice. They drilled on the play, then they drilled him.
Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
Well, it looked like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Here comes the 8th play of the drive, and they need a full 10 yards on 3rd down. Here Richardson yet again. And Walker has it.
And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. Fourth down.
Well, it looks like they got what they wanted. They got the completion, but they weren't able to break any tackles or gain nearly enough yardage to pick up the first down. Now to be 4th and short.
This offense converted once on 4th down earlier. Now they're out there again to try once more. And he's not going to get there. Might have even lost a yard. Sean McVay's gamble does not pay off. And the 49ers are going to get the football back. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They've shown precious little here offensively thus far as they try again with a first down now.
Rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted.
And he is going to bring this back inside the 20 to the 18-yard line.
Well, it's not the first time we've seen him give one up here during his rookie season. And in this case, zone coverage forced the mistake. He's made some strides week to week in how he's handling the different type of coverages that he's seeing. But clearly, there's some growing still to do.
So from inside the 20, here's 1st and 10 at the 18. On the counter, it's Walker. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
At the 19-yard line.
Now it's Richardson. Got a man over the middle, Worthy.
So the completion good for 7 there. And now we've got a 3rd and 4.
Here's Richardson to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he will take it in for the touchdown. A 12-yard touchdown grab.
And the Sentinels take a 3-touchdown lead.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes the score 21-0.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
And for this offense, Charles, you got to think kind of crucial here to put something together on this drive, because remember last time out they threw the interception on the very first play.
And you can't afford to let this defense keep building any more momentum. They're playing awfully well, and they're awfully confident right now. To me, it's time to attack and take some of that momentum back. But make sure you're selective in doing so. Understand where you want to throw the football and make sure it's open before the ball leaves your hands.
The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
2nd down at 6 now from the 42.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. And he's going to be brought down here in the backfield. Call it a loss of 5, a big sack to bring up 3rd down.
These sacks now, they're starting to pile up, Charles. And that front 7 defensively, they've had their way with this offensive line.
And I think at this stage, we have to start thinking about different play calls. We've got to start helping this quarterback out because the entire game he's been under siege. I don't care what the down.
And pressure coming, and they got him once again. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 20 seconds to go in the first half. Here's Mitch Wishnowsky now on to punt. He gets us away. It's a good one, drawing toward the sidelines. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds.
The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And with a 21-0 lead already, no need really to take any unnecessary risks. He'll let this go deep for Waddle.
That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown! A great play there in the final seconds of the first half.
And the Sentinels will extend their lead here just before halftime.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 28-0.
So 6 seconds, all that remains of this first half as the kick is away. And he takes this near the 25, just a little past there, call it the 26.
They'll throw now on the final play. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin.
The 49ers going to have the football and trailing on the scoreboard as we get back underway on EA Sports. And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. Here's a 2nd and 7. And he will slide to a stop. He does have the first down. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Hadn't been a quarterback yet that didn't enter the league with a massive chip on his shoulder if he wasn't a first-round pick. They want to show the league that they made a big mistake. Determined to get the first down there, no hesitation at all to tuck it and go. I bet he would have tried running through their entire defense if it meant reaching that marker.
Short completion, just 4 yards, and it's 2nd down. Now back to throw.
Well, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph.
And the return out shy of midfield to the 46-yard line.
Well, I think everyone who's watching was certainly hoping to see things get a little bit better for them in this half, weren't we? But it was a downright miserable first half that's carried over with an interception to begin the second half. That's a defeated offense right there, and there's still a lot of game left. I don't think that's the last turnover we're going to see today, partner.
The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They start near midfield following the interception as they begin 1st and 10. Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
Well, I think he's as fine with that incompletion as a quarterback can be, in all honesty. He avoided his first sack of the game, and he did have a chance of connecting for yardage, just unable to on that throw.
Now a diving effort right sideline. He's got it.
And what a big-time play there. 47 yards.
Now a chance to make that big play really hurt. It's 1st and goal just outside the 5. Here's Walker.
And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. Give him 4 on the carry there at 2nd and goal.
You know, when this offense gets down here near the end zone, they're going to turn to their bell cow, and this guy's been a touchdown machine all year. Excellent job stopping him there on 1st down.
Walker once more. Yeah, this time he'll get down close to the goal line, but not quite in as he stopped at the 1-yard line.
They get 3 yards closer, but still work to do. It's 3rd and goal.
They'll try and run. Walker.
And he is into the end zone for a touchdown.
Ken Walker.
With career touchdown number 96, he joins Eric Dickerson on the all-time list.
And the Sentinels open the lead up to 34-0.
Extra point up and through by Myers. And that makes this 35-0 now. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
And tackled down after a gain of 3. Leaves him with 1 yard to go on 3rd down.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran it a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
They'll look to throw for it on 3rd and 1.
He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a 49ers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
On 1st down, this is McCaffrey.
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42. We're just looking at the scoreboard and where we're at in the 3rd quarter. I don't know that it's going to matter much at this point, CD, but these small runs on the ground, they're not going to get it done.
No, they're not. And right now, the guys stopping the run have been superior in this ball game, giving them no openings, no seams, and now they get this game well in hand.
And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion. And that'll bring us to a 3rd and 4.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down.
Third down, here's McCaffrey. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. He's a guy in all the commercials now, right?
Yeah, I think he's doing okay.
Richardson looking to throw. That's into the hands of Worthy.
And he will be taken down, but a big pickup there on what's going to be the final play of the 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night.
So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10. Richardson. On the throw, led him too much that time. It's incomplete. Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy, because...
And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. A great effort there with his 2nd touchdown of the game and 5th on the year.
And the Sentinels add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week.
Myers connects on the PAT, and it is 42-0.
Now Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown.
Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here.
And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
Well, I hate to say it, but at this point, I don't really know that they're playing to win with this deficit in the 4th quarter. They're just trying to erase that 0 on the scoreboard, Charles, and get some type of momentum to carry into the film session tomorrow.
If you get any type of points on the board, it'll count as a moral victory, although no one will talk about that in the post-game press conference. That's not something you mentioned in the NFL. And this loss, it already stings and will for a while. But everyone that offense knows it'll sting a lot worse if they don't put some points up on the board.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And that's another play that's painting the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
Up the gut, McCaffrey. And he'll be stopped well short. Only 2 yards there, 4th and 3.
Well, this was just simply excellent defense. On this 3rd down, they had to be alert for the possibility of a pass, but that didn't stop them at all from understanding what was going on when they decided to run the football, and they just swarmed and stopped them for almost no gain.
Got to try it here. He's back to throw.
That is caught.
And he will have the 1st down as he's brought down up near midfield. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked in the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
Back to throw now on 1st down.
He's going to drop this down to McCaffrey.
And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. 15 for the Niners there and a 1st down. On play action, they'll throw. In trouble, and he's taken down. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
And you hate to say it with a rookie quarterback. He's done some good things, but overall, looked a little bit overwhelmed back there, hasn't he?
He certainly has. But in his defense, he hasn't had a lot of time to throw the football. You like the way I said that? In his defense.
In his defense, I got it.
You see what I did there?
Yeah, he needs better protection, that's for sure. Flushed out right. And give him 10 that time as he was able to get away from the pressure and get a nice gain. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on 1st down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on 3rd down, makes it manageable now.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. Can't get away, and he's taken down.
Derek Hall
in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive. A hit as he throws, and this is going to be incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and as a result, possession switches hands. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive.
Well, they don't really need the points here, Charles, given what we're looking at on the scoreboard, but they've scored on 3 consecutive possessions, 3 consecutive drives, and I'm sure that they would like to keep that streak going here and continuing to pour it on.
And now this is intercepted. My goodness.
And the Niners are going to take over here up near the 40.
Well, this D, particularly the secondary, has been picked apart in points here tonight. They finally, though, get to the quarterback in a pick.
And we know this about him. He loves night games, loves the spotlight, loves being the center of attention. I will bet you that he ran off the field almost chuckling to him.
And for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception.
Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. The defense more than did its job. Now the offense is summoned onto the field as they'll go for 2.
Richardson will throw for it.
And this is going to be caught. So add 2 more to the lead as they continue to pour it on here in the 4th. So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
And he's going to be stopped cold. Good coverage there by the kick team to bring that return to an abrupt halt. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get point.
And, my goodness, another interception. And he's able to get it back here to the 43-yard line.
Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard just lopsided, and it's been ugly from the get-go.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. Now it looks like he'll throw here. This is Fant on the short completion. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. That's a 12-yard gain now on back-to-back plays.
Well, partner, nothing but praise from me for this offense. They have been tremendous all night long. They knew what they had to do to unlock the defense. And let's face it, this has been a master class in offensive football that we've been here to witness.
And he'll be out of bounds, taking it just shy of the 10 at the 11 or the 12. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Again, it's Richardson.
And it's caught. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. The extra point now coming from Myers. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away.
And this return going to come to a quick end as he is belted at the end of that one.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
It's been a tough go for them. It's still without any points here in the 4th quarter. And a big deficit, Charles, but they moved the football on some drives. They just haven't had any points.
Yeah, and I know in their minds they're thinking the game plan has actually been working. We just haven't scored points. Well, isn't that the bottom line, partner? To put points on the board? So if you're moving it and you're not scoring, is it really working? Right now, they've got nothing left to lose. They might as well go for broke.
And now here is another interception.
Racing to the end zone.
And they will finally get to him, but a great return has set him up first and goal at the 5.
Yet another mistake after the interception there. Gosh, you look up at the scoreboard. They just got to be thinking this one cannot get over fast enough.
It certainly can't. And also what happens when you get this big of a deficit, you're supposed to make all the right throws, right? You're supposed to try and obviously get the ball to your own guys. But being down this big, you also take even more chances. And in this situation, that hasn't paid off for them at all.
On the other sideline, jubilation and laughter. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That'll leave them with just one remaining in this fourth quarter of play. Sticking with Walker on second down.
And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Now Myers for the extra point.
Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead.
Pinion with the kickoff honors following the touchdown. And he'll be stopped up at the 25. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. He'll look to throw. Escaping the pressure right. And he's left with no option here but to throw it away.
We've talked about it, CD, but it bears repeating. They are struggling to throw the football. All the interceptions and more incompletions. It just doesn't look like things are in sync out there.
I would agree with that, and it's not a good day when you feel like an incomplete pass is almost a win for you because it wasn't intercepted.
And that is going to officially draw the curtain on this one as the last throw intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. Now he's free to midfield. How about this? He's to the 10,
and that will write a finish to this ball game.
So not just a blowout win for them today, Charles, but a shutout.